So here we have Corran Horn's lightsaber. Um, this is a second attempt for me. I tried to make one a couple of years ago, didn't like it. Actually, looked kind of silly. But even back then, I approached it from a standpoint of what it would logically look like, a logically realistic approach, based on Stackpole's description, based on other information that the expanded universe put out there. For example, a speeder bike handle is not the size of a lightsaber hilt. It's like maybe half of that. So to make an entire hilt out of just the speeder bike handle is kind of silly to me. And even the one that I made back a couple of years ago, only half of it was like the lightsaber or the speeder bike handle, like the lower half, like on this one also. But again, with the speeder bike handle, supposedly a throttle assembly, but technically the AirTech Z74, the throttle's on the pedal, but we're not going to look at that. We're just going to look at it from a regular like motorcycle throttle assembly, so which again it makes more sense, and that's kind of the way that Michael Stackpole described it in his book I, Jedi. Also, there are pieces of speeder bike handlebars and the flashback suppressor from a TIE fighter, which again, it's kind of covered himself by saying it's a TIE fighter. No one really knows what that looks like, and on top of that, he said it's milled down, so it could pretty much take any shape that you wanted. So, with that respect, or with that in mind, I again, what I always envisioned it to look like. So I tried to make it look like a motorcycle handle, and if you look at it from that perspective, that looks like a motorcycle handle. He said the recharger is in the pommel, but again, to unscrew it just to recharge it again, logically that wouldn't make sense, especially seeing as how in the real world, like, you know, lightsaber makers and stuff, we do the recharge port in the pommel anyway, so again, that was just one of those no-brainers. The handlebars, this is a little bit of creative liberty for me. He didn't actually say how much of the handlebar was used, and so I only took like 2 inches, and again, it still stays within logic. Additionally, the flashback suppressor that's been milled down, I left sloppy lines, so it kind of looks like he just filed it down and said like, yeah, it's good enough, because, you know, technically he only had like a week or so to put this together anyway, according to the book. But again, logic. It's got a PC in it, running Halcyon, obviously, because of the dual phase. But a couple other things that I wanted to incorporate, and you know, I never really had a good way of doing this up until recently, was the dual phase activation is the throttle assembly, or the in the throttle, how Michael Stackpole described it. So I wanted some part of the hilt to twist, and this is, believe it or not, Vader Episode 3 shroud. But this rotates, and this is what gives, or what serves as the activation and the auxiliary button. So in that respect, again, it follows along with the way the book plays out. Something else that I took into consideration was prior to him building his own lightsaber, Corran Horn that is, he only had his grandfather's lightsaber to take examples of, so this is scaled, if you can tell, same dimensions as Nija, because again, that would be his only frame of reference. He didn't have any other lightsabers or whatnot, so to him, that's the size of a lightsaber, so it's 1.25 inches in diameter, approximately 10.5 inches long, but again, taking cues from his grandfather's lightsaber, which I kind of cheated because I made his grandfather's lightsaber, but hey, you know, What else? Yeah, let's fire it up, I suppose. Again, use that. Oops. Guess you shouldn't leave your lightsabers on. We're protected with the kill key and stuff, but yeah. Be careful of that. Let this be a lesson to you. Anyway, but that's the way the activation works. Is right here, you twist it. Again, this is the same two position toggle switch that I had on the Plo Koon, but again, you twist it, turn it on, and then rotate it again, so it would be like holding like this, and then twisting it would activate the auxiliary button, which is actually the dual phase activation, and then you just let go. And I accidentally turned it off because I'm still trying to get used to that whole action, right? The twisting. Anyway, but I don't know. I think it turned out pretty good. I was able to cram in all the functionality. Like I said, it's really small. There's about an inch in here, which has the PC 1.2, and just under an inch in here, which has two 16-340s, and then the speaker is in here. Same thing with the switch right here. But oh boy, I really tapped into my reserve of cram foo, so I think I'm spent for a while. Yeah, it's a white, straight up white. I didn't try to go with the blue and white silver. That's Mad Cow's thing, and he did that really well. Or well enough so that I feel comfortable going back to just the Rebel white. And again, Corran used the same crystal that was in his grandfather's lightsaber, and I used the Rebel white and Ninja. So again, it all follows that logic. But I guess I'm pretty dang proud of the fact that it actually looks like throttle assembly, motorcycle handle, and I wanted the tip to look like it could reasonably come from like the tip of a gun, like the muzzle of a gun, sci-fi, fighter, laser, whatever. But the whole point is that like that right there could reasonably be, resemble the muzzle of a gun. So yeah, that's my Corran Horn lightsaber. I'm probably forgetting a whole bunch of other things that I wanted to talk about also, but I forgot. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you later.